It's a 5th week Wednesday, so that means it's a top 5, and this week it's top 5 mom hacks. Let's get into that. Hey ladies, welcome to Women Power Wednesday on the Marriage by Design podcast. Women Power Wednesday is usually the time where I talk to the women about what the Bible has to say to women, about women, how we can apply those sorts of things to our lives. But this time, since it's a 5th week, I'm going to do a top 5. And my top 5 this time is top 5 mom hacks. So I have 4 children, ages 10, 5, 3, and 7 months. So I've got 10 years of mom hacks under my belt. And also, when I'm giving these mom hacks, know that they're for ages 10 and under. I think mom hacks become less of a thing the older children that you have. You don't need as many hacks. At least that's what I'm finding. So my hacks are for mostly like 10 years and under, but a lot for the younger kids, because it seems like you just need a lot more hacks for those younger kids. So anyway, we're going to get into number 5. Number 5 mom hack is, more than one. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give you more than one in this number 5, but it's bath time. So a few hacks for bath time, mostly, of course, with those littles, because I'm not giving a bath to my 10-year-old. So at bath time, I chucked the bathtub, the baby bathtub thing, a long time ago. So I think when my first was young, I was like, oh my gosh, this thing takes up so much space. And to be honest with you, they've probably come up with better bathtubs since then, but I don't know. This thing takes up so much space. He still, as a itty bitty, he still slides around in it a lot. By the time he's not sliding around, I'm probably giving him a bath in the regular bathtub anyway. And I was like, and then you kind of have to clean it sometimes too, and you have to let it dry. And it was just more work than it was worth. So I chucked that bathtub a long time ago. And for my really itty bitty babes, I either climb in the bath with them and just have them sit against me and give them a bath, and it's a really sweet time. And then they don't slide, and it's really easy to bathe them that way. Or I just fill up the tub a tiny little bit and I lay them in there, so the water comes up to just behind their ears, so their head doesn't get in there. And of course I'm there the entire time, but it's not getting close to their eyeballs or their noses or anything like that. And then it's super, and they just lay there when they're newborn, and it's super easy to bathe them like that. As they get a little bit older, my kids at least have loved that, because then they have the freedom to really move their hands and their legs and splash around and all that. And once they get to the sitting up age, you can have them sit up in the bath and still just fill it, just a little ways. And then they seem to really enjoy splashing then too. And actually, I still lay my 7-month-old sits up really well. So sometimes I sit him up, sometimes I lay him down. He loves both, and he is able to actually splash a lot more when he's laying down, and I think he likes that better. So anyway, chuck the bathtub. That would be my suggestion. Or if you're pregnant, I would suggest not registering for the baby bathtub. So that's a bath hack. Also, don't ever get anything except pump soap. So like baby soap that comes with the pump, only get that, because it's really hard, especially for the little ones, that you're having to make sure that they're being so careful to not turn their heads or fall down or whatever when they're really small. It's really hard to do the soaps that don't have the pump, and you're having to crack the cap and squirt it in your hands, and then you get, too much, or I didn't get enough, now I have to do it again. Always use the pump soap for every age that you're giving baths to. It's so much easier. Pump soap. And then another bath thing, clean the bath toys in the dishwasher. Those bath toys need to be cleaned every once in a while, and to hand wash them is annoying. So chuck them in the dishwasher. Maybe if they're small enough, in the silverware containers, that you put your silverware in. But I just put mine in the dishwasher, wash them, and it's great. Last thing about baths, those bath toys that are the squirty things, so fun, but they get gross inside with mold, and the kids like to squirt them in their mouths, and that really disgusts me because they also pee in the bath, and yuck. But they're cute and they're squishy and fun. So we still do those. Before they use them for the first time, I hot glue the holes shut in them so nothing gets in, and then we can't squirt pee water into our mouths. Great, huh? Okay, so that was really more than number 5, but it was bath time hacks. So it was number 5. Number 4 hack is to clean in chunks as a mom. So it is so difficult to find the time to clean very much at one time with kids, or at least it is for me. And if it's not for you, tell me your secret. But it's really hard to clean an entire level, or certainly the whole house. That's not happening. It's so hard to do that. So I have found the best thing is to just clean in chunks. And maybe that means I'm cleaning one person's bedroom, or I'm cleaning just the kitchen or just the living room or whatever. But I keep a rotation going. So most days I have, like today I want to get the kitchen done. Tomorrow I want to get 2 bedrooms done. Wednesday I'm going to get the main bathroom done. Right? So that at least my house is getting clean. It's just not all at once. And within a month period, everything's gotten cleaned at some point, and sometimes more than once, and that's even better. But my hack for cleaning is to clean in chunks, and don't try to clean all at once, or don't stress if you can't get all of your house cleaned at once, because I don't know a whole lot of other moms who do either. Number 3 mom hack is pack for outings the night before. So if you're going to be taking an outing the next day, just like a day thing, to the children's museum or the zoo or whatever, it can be super stressful if that morning you're trying to pack the water bottles and the snacks and the stroller and the changes of clothes and all the diapers and the wipes and everything that you need. It can be stressful to try to do that. Plus I'm trying to feed them breakfast. Plus I'm trying to make sure that, this little 7-month-old Lincoln isn't crying his head off because mom's not paying attention to him for so long, and all that sort of thing. So I have found that packing for day outings the night before, I get everything put in the car that I possibly can, and I get lunches made and snacks packed up and all of that sort of stuff, and put it in the car and have it ready, makes getting ready and getting going so much better. And that also goes for school too. If you're getting everything for school, the school rush in the morning done the night before, things go way smoother. So take the time the night before to pack for your outings, and you'll have a much smoother morning and probably a lot less frustration, and maybe less yelling. Okay, hack number 2 has to do with traveling. So when you're traveling, I have found, we stay at a lot of VRBO, Airbnb type places, and even in hotel rooms, this can be the case. I have found that they aren't real great with the window coverings, at least for kids. And our kids sleep better if it's darker later in the morning, right? If the sun is streaming in, they're probably going to wake up a lot sooner than if it's not. So my hack for this is to get those little command hooks. They're little command strips that have the hooks on them. And then I take grommet curtains and I put some command hooks up above the window, and I then hook on the, grommet type curtains to that. And I use the blackout ones. It would be super smart if I were to buy a pair of curtains or maybe more than a pair, several curtains with the grommet type things that I only use for travel, but I don't, because I don't want to spend the money on that right now. So all of my kids' rooms have those blackout grommet type curtains. So I just take them off when we're going on vacation. I just take somebody's or a couple people's off and take them with me. But anyway, then I just hook the curtains onto those command strips at wherever we're staying, and it's brilliant. It keeps the light out and people sleep longer, and it's amazing. And if it's the summertime and it's still light really late at night, I can still put my kids to bed at the normal time, like 8 o'clock, and they're not saying, but it's so light in my room, I can't go to sleep. So that hack for traveling has been amazing for us. And sometimes I, like before I had the grommet type curtains, or I didn't have enough command strips or whatever, I would take sheets, dark sheets, like black or dark gray, and take painter's tape and tape up sheets in front of windows too at places that we've stayed, and that's worked perfectly. So hopefully that makes your traveling with kids a little bit easier. Okay, my number one mom hack is teach your kids early to clean and pick up. And maybe you're thinking, that's not really a hack, but it is. It takes a lot of effort to teach a child to pick up well, to clean well, but it's worth the effort, because then they have years of doing that in the house and learning that better and all that sort of thing. So then it's not all on you as a parent to do that. To have to clean the entire house, and for me, and there's 6 people living in here, and my husband does things when he can, but I'm here with the kids most of the time. So for it to all fall on my shoulders, and I've got 4 other little ones who are just making more messes, that doesn't work for me. So I teach my kids young to pick up and to clean, and those are great life skills, but it's also super important for me as a mom to have other people helping out. Other people who are living in the house and here with me just as often as I am, and making more mess than I am. So we teach them, to do dishes, clean up after meals, picking up their toys, cleaning bathrooms, cleaning their bedrooms, doing laundry, all that sort of thing. You can teach things really young and have realistic expectations, but also teach them you need to do this well. So it may mean that you're teaching them over and over again the same skill, like cleaning the bathroom. That can be a really tough task. So maybe that will need a lot more teaching than like picking up toys and putting them where they belong. But it's such a great hack, I guess, than just, it takes too much effort to teach them and I have to go back and teach them over and over. It's so worth it. I promise you, it's so worth it to teach your kids to contribute, and that we're all part of the family. We're all making the messes and needing to clean up the messes too. So number one mom hack is teach your kids the responsibility of picking up and cleaning just like you do. Okay, so I'm also going to give you some other hacks that I was struggling to not give. So I had my top 5, and then there's several other ones that didn't make the top 5, but I was like, I think these are really great hacks that I want to talk about anyway. So in no particular order, I'm going to give you some other hacks too. Meal prepping on the weekends is great, and we probably all know about that. I don't always get that done. I would love to, but even just chopping vegetables, maybe not putting together full meals, but getting some of that prep work done is really helpful. One thing that I learned recently that I never thought of how much it takes my time to do during the week is like cutting fruit, prepping fruit. So maybe it's getting the grapes off of the vine and washing them. Maybe if you have a little one that needs those cut in half, then you're cutting those in half. Washing all the fruit. Maybe you're cutting strawberries, cutting that dang pineapple, or the watermelon or cantaloupe or whatever, and putting it into chunks. Think about how much time that takes you during the week and how many little messes you're making during the week just prepping like fruit or vegetables. Our family eats a lot of fruit because it's our dessert, and just those little times during the week that I'm prepping a fruit it's so much better if I'm able to do it on the weekends and then just have it all ready during the week. And then I'm spending a lot less time cleaning during the week, a lot less time prepping this fruit, and a lot more time doing things that I want. Okay, so another thing is grocery pickup. If you don't do it, it's amazing. So many places do free grocery pickup. I love it. I usually schedule my pickup times for in the morning when Nathan's still here. I run out real quick by myself in the car, grab my groceries, come back. Everyone helps us to get them in the, like all the kids except Lincoln help us to get them in the house and get them put away, and it's perfect. So grocery pickup, and then I'm not going into the store with 4 kids who are inevitably going to have massive either meltdowns or disciplinary issues or whatever. Another hack is we keep toys in our car. So we have our car toys that our kids play with in the car. They like them because they're only available to them in the car, and they play a lot together, imaginary things with their cars and dudes and whatever in the car. So we keep a bucket. It used to be one of those big animal cracker buckets, but we keep a bucket full of toys in the car, and then they're supposed to, every time we get out of the car, put them back in the bucket. They don't really. We end up having like once a week, hey, go pick up the toys in the car. But it's a great way to keep them entertained. Let's see. Rotate your toys. For kids who love toys, we do a rotation sometimes of toys. We'll have some in our basement that, we'll bring up occasionally, and it's like Christmas for them because they have forgotten about them or they haven't played with them for a long time, and it's fun to rotate those toys and have something newish that they're like, oh yeah, I love this thing, and it keeps their attention for a while. Monster spray. Anybody ever heard of monster spray? So when my 10-year-old was really young, 2 or 3, he all of a sudden started saying he was afraid of monsters at night. And, we would do the whole, let's look in your room. Nope, no monsters. Everything's good. But he was just convinced that there were monsters. Totally normal for 2, 3, 4-year-old kids to think that. So one day I was just frustrated by the whole monster thing, and I took a bottle of, I don't know what it was, Windex or room spray, or I don't know what it was. It was a bottle of something, and I was like, Jackson, I just got this monster spray, and I'm going to spray it in your room, and it gets rid of all the monsters. So I sprayed it around his room, and it was like miraculous. There was no monster talk the rest of the night, and every night I would just spray that around his room, and it was great. I've done that for Ryan too, and it was I got some room spray and just said it was monster spray, and sorry, yes, I lied to my kids. It was for a good reason, but I just sprayed around the room, and it was gold for her. Riker hasn't started talking about monsters yet, but when he does, the monster spray will come out. So use up that monster spray. Another thing for babies, they get to an age where they really like to drop their toys that they're playing with, because it's a fun game to see mom or dad or whoever pick them up and give them to me. I have started putting pacifier clips on the toys. So if he drops them, no big deal. He can either get them himself, or I'm not having to chase after them all around the room. Especially if we're out somewhere, I just clip them to him or the stroller or the carrier that I'm carrying him in, and they're just right there anyway. No one has to bend over. Let's see. Plastic ice cubes. So, those, you can buy them probably anywhere. They're plastic and they have water inside, and they're like ice cube shape, and you freeze them, and then they're plastic ice cubes. Super cute. Our kids don't use them in their drinks though. I put them in their food. So when we're having something that I want to cool down real quick for them, a casserole, soup, something, I can't put it on a slab of meat, but when their dinner is too hot, I just put some of those plastic ice cubes in the dinner, stirred around a little bit, and it cools that dinner down real fast, but of course doesn't make it watery, and they're really easy to clean. So that's a great mom hack that I found, and I think that's all that I have. I'm sure there's other things that I do that are quote hacks, but those are things that I was thinking of that have helped my life immensely over the years. So I hope you found them helpful. If you'll comment below what some of your hacks are, I would love that so that I can maybe make my life a little easier with these kids. But yeah, let me know what your mom hacks are, and hope you have a great Wednesday. Thanks. Hey, thanks for joining us on Marriage by Design. If you were impacted by this video, like it by hitting the thumbs up below. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and once you subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when new episodes release.
Excellent. Also, one of the huge pillars of our show is interactivity between us and you. So we would love you to comment down in the comments below if you have thoughts about this video, or if you have questions or other things you'd like to see considered in the future. In addition, if you'd like, you can email us. That's marriagebydesignpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Instagram @marriagebydesignpodcast, or you can find us on Facebook by searching Marriage by Design Podcast. Finally, if you want to, you can tweet at us. We do have a Twitter account that is @MarriageXDesign. Thanks, and have a great day.